Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on? Born for Sports, the OG Knicks fan show.
You know
And
it.
I got my guys with me. I got my boy T. He's fresh, ready to get it started. Talk about this dub. And welcome into the show, Ricky Barksdale, our boy Rick.
Yo, what up?
What's going
What
on,
up?
y'all? What's up?
Chilling, man. Just chilling. It was a good game. It was a real good game, and they showed that they could bang with the best of them. I think these last three games against the Western Conference have shown like they can hang with the best of them, or blow them out of the arena.
No doubt about it. And they showed it tonight for sure. The Knicks tonight beat the Nuggets 122-112 for the fifth straight win. And they are now 32-16. So listen, all that we've been hearing is how people say, hey, you got to beat some good teams. The Knicks got to show they can beat the good teams. They got to show they can beat the elite teams. Well, I think we starting to see they doing a pretty good job of that lately. What you think, T?
2 days before, right? Night. And then who we beat the Atlanta was they're a decent team. Who else we beat?
Atlanta. We beat Atlanta.
I could look at it right now.
Yeah, we beat Atlanta. We just beat Denver tonight. We beat Sacramento. It's a solid team. Not great, solid team. Yeah.
So
I
we
mean,
beat.
ever since they made that coaching change, they won like I think about like 11 or 12 or something like that, or 10 or 12. So they've been on a roll lately. So they're considered
playing
a
well.
good team. Yeah, they're not elite, but they're still a good team. You know,
for sure. You know, it's just one of those things. Like it's basically nitpicking from haters and you know and kind of pessimistic fans. But
yeah,
the Knicks have beaten good teams this year. Okay, they went into Minnesota and beat them. Minnesota, you know, they're a decent team. They're fine in it, but they're a playoff team. They beat the Bucks, as T mentioned. Beat the Bucks. They were playing well before the Knicks took care of them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Atlanta's a good team. I know they lost Jalen Johnson. We saw tonight. I saw today early. We lost him. They lost him, but we did beat them when they had him. Okay, listen, it's about steps. Now we know what we need to do against teams like Boston and Cleveland. We'll see them later. As we're right on Boston's heels at the moment. Okay,
one game behind.
Did they play tonight? I didn't even check.
The schedule. Yeah, they did. They did play tonight. You know, matter of fact, let me double check that. Make sure they did lose.
Hold on. They probably won that game or whatever. But Knicks are right there.
Yeah, we are 1 game behind. They won that game and we won our fifth in a row. So we're 1 game behind Boston.
There you go. We're right there. Go ahead, T.
Bulls.
Repeat that one more time, T.
They beat the Bulls.
Okay. Your audio was a little choppy there, but okay.
If you got your TV on, it's gonna pick up through your phone.
Yeah. So you know, and listen, the Knicks. It's a process. It's been a process we've said from day one. You know, I know fans want instant results, but listen, it's a team that is building chemistry. We said from the get-go, especially after that first game of the season where they got waxed by Boston, that this team is going to continue to build that chemistry and get it together. And sooner or later, they're going to be who we think they are. They're not a perfect team, but they're one of the best teams in the conference, and they are showing it lately and they're putting it together, man.
Yep.
Let's go to the chat. Go ahead, brother.
I feel like ever since we picked up OG, that really started our championship window. Because right now the Knicks are 52-19 with OG playing.
That's a fact.
So, like, obviously, Hart is the X factor. Hart is the Mr. Do-It-All. You need somebody like Hart healthy. But OG's presence can't go unnoticed. He's not there to score. He's there to play defense and lock down your best defender. And I think that's what's going to happen going forward, because look at the Atlanta game. When everybody knows Trae Young can torch Brunson, that's just what it is. But when they made that switch and had Bridges locking him down, he couldn't do nothing with him. And I think we're going to see a lot of that going forward. I think they're going to put Bridges and OG on the stars and kind of like let Brunson roam a little bit free on the defensive end.
I agree with that. And OG, listen, he is who he is. He's one of the best two-way wings in the league. You know what I'm saying? Getting better, improving. Yep. And he's there. His main task is to bring the defense that we need and lock up. That's his main task. But the scoring is improved, fellas. The scoring is getting better. And I listen, he always said in Toronto, as T has mentioned many times on the show, that he always wanted a chance to shine more on the offense. And he's such an unselfish player that he, sometimes he just gives in and he just plays and takes the shots that's available to him. But he is no doubt shown he is capable of scoring when we need him to, man. And that's the mark of a good team.
Yep.
Let's go to the chat real quick.
Yep. Oh, we got people in the chat.
Accountability Mills. What's good, Mills? Big Dubs checking in. What's goody, bro? Cliff is always showing love, checking in. Yes, sir. What's goody, Cliff? I know you happy about this win. He says honey barbecue, garlic parmesan, buffalo spicy, honey barbecue, spicy garlic parmesan, spicy. What? Ghost pepper? I'm at Wendy's on Boston Road. Let me know the flavor of the nuggets. Talk about it, Cliff, breaking it down. I love it. I love the energy, man. Let's talk about this dub, y'all. Let's talk about this dub because, this was a game I felt the Knicks were going to get tested again. And because, first of all, Denver is looking a lot better than the first time we played them when we just stomped and slapped and smacked them around in Denver early in the season. You knew that they got the championship pedigree. They got an all-world MVP player, superstar on their team. And also Jamal Murray's a good player. And listen, they came out to play today. And the Knicks, they answered the ball. And let's go to the player of the game. I mean, is it not obvious who's the player of the game?
Brunson Burner.
Jalen
Brunson barrage.
30 points, 15 assists. Effortlessly, let the game come to him. Made all the right plays. Distributed the basketball well. Just a tremendous performance by the captain, showing why he's a superstar in this league and why he's an all-star starter. Y'all, yeah, that's right. He's an all-star starter, and this is why he is. T, I know you want to chime in. Let me know how you feel about that performance, bro.
Jalen Brunson. I mean, a lot of people been sleeping on him, and people always been, even like last year, it was just like, he's a ball hog. He doesn't distribute the ball, but people got to think, like, who did he have? We were down so many bodies, so he had no choice, but to go all in. But I'm glad that, like, this year, being that, we got the players, surrounding him. He doesn't have to do as much. You get what I'm saying?
Sir.
And he's becoming more a distributor, more times than none. So I'm just glad that, he's become a better, you get what I'm saying? We knew he had it in him. You get what I'm saying? But once he realized, once we realized, you know what, I got talent around me. Okay, you know what? All right, boom. I'm gonna hit OG off. I'm gonna hit this person off, and even like he's throwing like, you get what I'm saying? But like even like when I saw him, he passed the ball to Precious for a dunk, and I was like, he's improving. You get what I'm saying? So he's he's averaging around 7 to 8 assists per game.
Yeah, about
on average. Yeah, but on average, and also Karl Anthony Towns, his assists cannot go overlooked because he's finding some people open, and it's like he darts it, but it doesn't look like they're not expecting it. A player who should not be named our former power forward. When he did it, he was launching it, and the players looked complete like, oh shit, like they weren't expecting it. But with Towns, he does the same thing, but like you said earlier, that chemistry is starting to show. Towns had 14 points, 10 rebounds, his usual double-double. So one thing is, though, his thumb. I think he's a lot more injured than what he's letting on. And I would rather him rest, take a couple games off, than push that type of injury further. Because it's a basketball game. You don't want to be messing up, especially on your shooting hand. Because you can see in how he's playing. His legs are fine, but you can see in how he's shooting, how he's going for the rebounds. He's not aggressive like he used to be, like grabbing the ball down. It looks like he's doing like the old, like what we like to call a volleyball type thing. Yeah. And I was like, wait, that's not Towns. You know what I mean? Yeah. Also, our bench, Precious and Precious, Deuce, in Payne. Yo, our bench is stepping up. I think they're not getting enough love as well.
Well, yeah, let's talk about the bench. Let's talk about the bench since you brought that up, okay? Because it's been well documented that the weakest link of the team currently right now is the bench because of the uncertainty with certain things going on with the scoring wise every night, the consistency, and also Mitchell Robinson missed the Bigfoot, still missing in action. So let's talk about this bench because they have been playing a lot better and contributed. They had probably their best game of the season, last game that we played, the last one that we just got. And I think they scored 52 points as a team on the bench, which is a great performance for them in that blowout win. Now, tonight, 27 points from the bench, which is around if we get 27 points from our bench, more times than not, we're going to win a lot of basketball games because how potent our starting lineup is. Okay. Yes. And the key for the bench is they just have to keep it right here when they come out the game and give the guys a break. And just be formidable. They don't got to be dominant, but be formidable. Do your job, hold your own until the guys get back in the game. And they have done that the last few games, especially Campaign, who's led the charge most of the time, Precious. But tonight we're going to highlight a couple of guys. Precious, 8 points, 3 rebounds. And I'm telling y'all, to me, the eye test doesn't lie. He played very good defense on Jokic tonight. And I don't want nobody to disregard that. He played very good defense on Jokic tonight, I thought. Okay. Yeah. Towns was in foul trouble. That was his issue tonight. He was in foul trouble. Okay. And more times than not with Towns, we all know how good he is. More times than not, when he gets stopped, it's because he's in foul trouble. Because when he's on the court, we know what he can do. And I thought Precious minutes were very important tonight, and he played very good defense and contained Jokic to only 17 points tonight. What y'all think about that?
I mean, you got to think about it. Like, our starting five is so top-heavy, we really don't need that. Our starting five, like, they could score 100 points. Figure, like, the average score for the average NBA team is probably around 120 or maybe 130, like around between 120 and 130. I'm just going off the brain. But we don't really need our bench to score, 40 or 50 every night, like some of the other teams like in the NBA. If they could give us like I was saying before, like we just need better production. We only need like 20 points from the bench. Because our starting five is going to give you 100.
They're so good, that starting five, like T mentioned. They're so good. They're one of the best in the league, man. They just need their breaks in the game so they can keep not losing the legs. You know what I'm saying? Not wearing down in games.
And if they, like you guys said, if they can keep that pace up, I think we'll be okay. Definitely going into the playoffs. It's not going to be like last year, where Brunson is literally going to have to take everybody and carry them because, like that right there showed why he's a superstar, what he does in the playoffs. I don't care what he does in the regular season, but in the playoffs, he is not disappointing, even going back to his days with the Mavs. When it's crunch time, oh my God, I'm looking forward to seeing him in a championship game, even if it's the Eastern Conference Finals, because that's where I feel like it's the make or break for the stars.
Of course. Of course. I mean, the superstars have to rise in the playoffs. And as T mentioned, he is showing that he is not a one-trick pony. There was a couple of naysayers trying to say, he's a ball hog and this garbage that they were trying to kick before. No. You got to watch the games. Eye test is everything. Who did he have out there last year? Everyone got hurt.
Like
Randall
I was entire
Randall was hurt. That was the biggest injury of the
He got
season.
hurt.
Even OG got hurt during the season as well. We had the man did what was needed, and that's what superstars do. They do what the team needs. He needed that team last year. They needed Brunson to play that style because he was our alpha. They needed that. This year, the team don't need him to be like that every night, and he knows that. And that's what's great about the superstars in the league. A true superstar plays for the benefit of what the team needs. He don't need to drop 40 every night to justify how good he is. They'll be nice. He's going to do it when they need it. But then there's nights like tonight where he knows I just got to give these guys the ball. I got to get these guys to space. I got to make things easy for them. I got to feed these guys on the break. This is what superstars do and what captains do.
Yep, and he's feeding everybody. He's keeping everyone happy. He's catching them in their spots. Everybody knows OG spot, the corner three. Josh Hart running down the lane. I do think they need to work a little bit more on their pick and roll with him and Towns because those are two great players to not have a basic fundamental move like that packed down. But I look forward to when they really started to get it. And I think when that's going to change when we get back Robinson because it'll allow Cat to go back at the 4 where he's more comfortable. So now you've got more people spacing out. You know what I mean?
No doubt about it. Let's get to the chat. Big task at hand, checking in. What? I know my guy is hyped tonight. We can beat anybody.
Yes, sir.
Salute the big task at hand. And we proven that. This team is they're gonna be so much better down as more games go because the chemistry just keeps getting better. Everyone's starting to learn their assignments. We even see McCall starting to lock in now on the defensive end, more consistency now.
Yep.
Yeah, I know T got something to say about that.
You know how we gave up so many draft picks for him, and a lot of chat about that.
Nets.
You know what I mean? Shout out to the Nets for doing that. I mean, we knew it was going to take time. You get what I'm saying with McCall. I wasn't so much. But remember the beginning of the year, people were just trashing him. Yeah. It was going to take a time because you know what? He's coming from a team where he was the man. So now where he's like, maybe like the third or fourth option, on the team.
Facts. Yep.
Improved, especially over the past month. Look what he did on Trae Young. Look what he did on the other night. Now tonight, with Jamal Murray, he
put Moran in jail. Let's not to cut you off, T, but he put Moran in jail the other night.
Yep. Freaking only what 10 points?
And he deactivated his Twitter after that.
I was on the floor with that. Nick Fans was in his mentions all night. He couldn't even take it. He's like, man, let me turn and deactivate before I bring another ratchet to the fucking slab or something and get in trouble. Because these motherfuckers just ain't leaving me alone.
Question: who was locking down John Morant?
McCall Bridges.
Hold on, let me see. I got to see what he did against the
Bridges. Bridges had him in jail, man.
Bridges literally held him to 10 points.
Yeah, 5 of 13 from the field. Yep.
Oh, you can't be a superstar being locked down, but what you consider a role player. Like what?
Yeah. Well, that's what we envision with Wingstop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. Oh, and it's like it's starting to connect. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, T.
Murray, I mean, he had his moments, but Jamal Murray is killing today. So you could give him that. Jamal Murray, he could get a bucket. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah. And it's not like he was
a good offense or a good defense any day of the week. So.
Yeah. And McCall was fighting them screens, man. These guys, they got some size in Denver. No pause. They got some size down there. They set them screens. It's difficult to get around all that. Murray is good when he has his space. Shout out to Murray. He had a good game, but it wasn't like McCall was getting torched and he was breaking his ankles all night. You know what I'm saying? He just made good shots. He was on tonight.
Yeah, he kind of locked down Brunson. Yeah, he started to lock down Brunson. Then that's when they started switching, which was needed because every time Brunson had the ball, they put Murray on him. He was getting him in trouble, but Brunson is going to do what he does. He's going to shoot the ball and it's going to go in. Yeah. Like, that's how good he is. I am confident 80% of the time he shoots the ball, it's going to go in. And I'm talking about Brunson.
Checking in on the chat. Justin Brown checking in. Let's go, Knicks, baby.
What's up, big
dog?
What
up, Justin? What's going on, brother? Welcome to the show, brother. Hope everything good. And that was a beautiful, these Knicks, man. I'm telling you, I'm feeling confident every game, what I'm seeing and of what I was expecting as the season is going along, man. It's been steps, and they taking it. But let's talk about that unsung hero tonight, Mr. OG Anunoby. 23 points. 4 rebounds, good defense. I thought his contribution tonight was needed. Towns obviously was in foul trouble. You know what I'm saying? He was in foul trouble tonight. So, and let's be honest, OG he gets a little spark when he sees them Denver Nuggets on that court. Because the last time he played Denver, he had a career high 40 in Denver. So he had that look again, like, okay, and I'm gonna show him again. I'm gonna show him again. They keep leaving me on one-ons. I'm gonna show him again. He was eating Porter alive tonight. Porter was in jail tonight. Let's be honest. That's another thing we ain't talking about. He was in jail tonight too. Foul trouble. We'll get him out of here. He wasn't a factor. OG with the unsung hero performance tonight with 23. Being the Robin for Mr. Batman, Capitan Brunson. Yeah, shout out to OG Anunoby, man.
Let's talk about them turnovers the Knicks caused and the fast break points off of those turnovers.
Yes, sir.
They was giving Denver a lot of fits, man.
Yeah, they did. Knicks defense, 7 steals. They forced 14 turnovers, a lot of deflections, and the biggest thing was they held Jokic in check. They held him in check. And Precious is a big part of that. I want everyone to recognize that. Precious was a big part of the defense tonight. He had a lot of assignment guarding Jokic. Now, Jokic got into foul trouble early, which is a big factor for the first half. I'm not going to dispute that. It was, within the first 2 minutes of the game, he already had a couple of fouls. And then Denver coaching Malone, he decided to keep him on the bench for most of the first half. So, you know what? Jokic never got into a rhythm tonight. It was more or less just taking what he gave him, and I just thought that the Knicks did a good job not letting him go crazy in that second half because he was going to come out and he was going to have something for the Knicks at the Garden after that first half he had, especially when he sat most of the half. So shout out to the Knicks defense, and which is steadily improving, fellas. They ain't talking enough about it, but it's improving.
Yep, and it's showing. And not all the times it's going to be a block or it's going to be a steal, but they're disrupting. Their defense is disrupting the flow of the offense of the other team, and it's clear as day. You can see it. Especially when they double team. Hart is like a damn buzzsaw, man. He's like all over the place. You like the other team's guards. They got to keep their eyes open every single time if they don't see Hart, because he's going to be behind. If they try to drive, Hart's going to be there behind them and catch a sneaky steal. Force them into Towns, easy block. So,
yes, sir.
They got to keep their eye on Hart, guys. That's the only way they can slow down on their end.
The most underrated or underappreciated role player in the league, man.
Yep.
T, what's your thoughts on that, bro?
He should be an all-star.
I mean, yeah, too. But like I said before, Josh Hart is our Draymond Green.
Facts. You said it many times.
Many times. He's our Draymond Green. He distributes. He plays defense. He plays with a lot of heart. So he and soul of the team.
Right.
Yes, he's the glue.
He is. He is definitely the glue. And and with OG and Mikal, having those three, especially those guys that can play defense, we're gonna be a force to be reckoned with, man.
That's right. And tonight, Josh had 15 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, and that's who he is. He's a glue player, and he's a stat sheet stuffer. He just does everything. He doesn't do one particular thing great, but he does everything well. that's the best compliment and the best way to describe who Josh Hart is as a ball player in this league. And if you watch him, you know. And I remember when we traded for him, how many people were crying about that.
Dog, I was happy. I was like, okay.
Cam Reddish, wow, we gave up on Cam Reddish so early. Why we do Cam Reddish? Oh, the Duke boy. Why we do that for Josh Hart? I even heard they're the same player. Anyone that watch ball know that is BS. There is no way chance they're the same player. Come on. Josh Hart is a baller.
Yep. You know why everybody was upset about Cam? Like you said, they wanted the Duke players because the goal was to probably get Zion, which hell no, he could stay wherever the hell he's at. Do not bring him here.
No,
he's a great player, but stay where he's at. But I get it. Everybody was hoping RJ was going to be the future of the team. So let's like keep him kind of like what we did with the Villanova Knicks. We got Brunson, his guys. You know, unfortunately, we had to lose Devo, which I still believe. You know, I know it might be too early to say, but I think he's going to be back in the Knicks uniform within the next year or two.
We agree with you on that. We done talked about that many times. We know he's coming back. It's a matter of time. It's either going to be next year or another year. They're going to find a way to get him back because he never wanted to leave, man.
Yeah, he's coming back, and then we're really going to have the Villanova Knicks. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Definitely. But definitely, we've said that many times. You know, that Devo definitely is a guy that we did not want to give up. We were more upset losing him than Julius Randle in that trade.
And that says a lot.
That says a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it does say a lot. And it just goes and listen, I'm doing that trade 10 out of 10 times. I'm still doing that trade. But
you're not going to get a cat. Yeah, you're not going to get a cat.
You don't pass up on superstar all NBA players in their prime and to keep a role player happy. You don't do it. You got to you can always find a role player to fill the role, but it's hard to get the stars, and you had to do it. And it is taking this Knicks team to another level of contender. Okay.
Yes.
Because now you have 2 all NBA players, okay, on the roster, true all NBA players, you know, that are really good in what they do in their prime. You've got, let's talk about it. 2 all-star starters. Okay. All-star starters, okay, in your lineup. So that says it all. You don't pass up on trades like that, but I can't wait till the day Devo comes back because I know what's going to happen. They'll find a way. It might not be next year. I hope it is next year. It might not be, but down the road, he will be back. He will be a Knicks.
He wants to come back. Like the way I see it, the only way that happens is if he says, tells Minnesota, buy me out.
Yeah. Which they won't do. They won't do that unless he just goes nuclear and just says, "Fuck are you?" Like pulling
a Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, like F you, you know the meme from that movie, Half Baked.
Oh yeah.
F you, you're cool. F you. That's the only way it's gonna happen. So
let's talk about the coaching, man. They got these guys working, and they're working smarter, not harder.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They're not forcing shots. You know, they are taking what's given to them. Sometimes it goes in, sometimes it doesn't. You know, I think Tibbs is rationing out the minutes perfectly. Obviously, it's all dependent on the game because I'm pretty sure if the Knicks were down by 15, our starters would have been on the floor. Would have like, okay, catch us up. You'll get a break. But like you said, man, our bench is really holding it down for us, for the starters, I mean.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I think that goes to Tibbs actually saying, you know what, I'm going to trust you guys. Don't let me down. I'm going to give you your shot. He didn't do that early in the season. You know, he kind of was like, hey, you know, earn it or you're not getting in. Now he's like, hey, guys, you're going to have to earn it, but we're going to sink and swim for y'all right now. So I'm going to check you. And you can see the way he's changed the rotations, right, T? You seeing it, right? He's checking these guys in even early in the games lately now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Especially like Shamit. Like Shamit be getting sometimes Shamit be getting in the game before campaign. I'm like, I'm like, all right. Yeah. All right, kids, but it seems like
of the two, who's the better shooter? Like who do you think is the better shooter between Payne or Shamit?
Well, Shaman hasn't found his shot yet, consistently yet. But, I would say 3-point shooting wise, Shaman's the better shooter. But I think Cam has a bigger bag.
Okay.
Which is funny to me that I even saying that, because I keep saying it every night that me and T and all these, we was like, why did we sign Campaign again?
Yeah. I mean, he has such an ugly form with his 3-point shot, but it made me mad when it was going in.
Yeah, the shooting form is what would be killing me. But hey, if it's going in.
But he was like, in last year's playoffs, man, he was cooking us, man.
Yeah, he had a couple of moments.
When he comes off the bench in the playoffs, that's another player, like another unsung hero come to playoffs. I can't wait to see what he does in the Garden. You know what I mean? Because if I were a professional player and I got to play for the Knicks and I'm at the Garden playoff time, the biggest stage is MSG, the Mecca, and I hit, oh, fuck, man, I'm going to show my ass out. So can you imagine what Cam is going to do? Let's say, he comes in and he's just dropping bombs and he's just having one of those fucking perfect games. He's going to go the fuck off the rest of the playoffs. Like, he's going to play his heart. He's going to play his heart out. And that's another thing. I feel like this year's Knicks, like last year, but I feel like they're playing their hearts out for the fans. Like, back then, they'd be giving up, sulking. But even when they're down by 15 with 2 minutes left in the quarter, they're still fighting. You're like, they're still fighting until Tibbs brings them out.
Yeah, those old day Knicks, they're in the past, man. This is a new era in there. Ever since Leon Rose took over, he has changed this organization. He has changed the direction of the team. Now, I'm going to be honest. I had my questions about him in the beginning, but he has answered the bell and then some, and has proven himself to me. And, shout out to Leon Rose, man. He knows what he's doing. Worldwide West, all of them. Yeah, Worldwide West, all of the capologists extraordinaire. He
hasn't missed.
No, he has not. No,
he has not missed. Now that I think about it, all the trades, all the signings, he has not missed. Like, the biggest shocker for me, the biggest trade that he made for me that kind of threw me off was the OG for RJ and IQ. I was like, wait, what? Like, I think
it was
why
a mind
we were
for me too. I wasn't happy at first about it, but you can't argue the results.
Like,
I just thought we gave up too much. I just thought we just gave up too much for him.
What did we give up? My whole thing. We gave up RJ, IQ.
If it was just a RJ for and mind you, I was an RJ guy. I liked RJ. I wanted him to succeed here, but I did realize, like, the fit just wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't there with Randall and Brunson. It just, like, it was obvious because you would see RJ play better when Randall wasn't playing. He played
Randall stunted his growth.
Yeah, he played better with Brunson without Randall, but whenever all three of them were there, it was just like, it was just at times struggles during the game to generate fluidity in the offense because RJ wasn't a consistent 3-point shooter enough to do that. OG is second in the league in 3-point corner threes as we speak right now. First in corner threes made, he's second in the league in corner threes made, and first in corner threes made is Mikal Bridges. So Leon Rose, Tibbs, they know what they need, and they identified every part, every piece that they needed to be successful to make this team what it is. Shout out to them. And I got to be honest, in my opinion, they're the best run organization in all of the New York teams right now. I'm sorry. Out of everybody. And I know the Yankees made it to the World Series. The Mets, they got to the NLCS, and stuff like that. And, the Rangers are good as well, but they got problems now in Ranger land as well right now with their front office. To me, based on what he had to work with, Leon Rose and this Knicks front office is the best in New York right now.
Yep.
And there's no one that can dispute that right now.
Making all of the right moves. Any at this point, because of everything he has done and it has shown that it has worked, whatever he makes, whatever moves he makes, I'm going to be okay with it. Like,
you got to give him the benefit of the doubt at this point.
Will we run into a point where maybe the first time you hit a bumper road? Yeah. But right now, the dude is 5 for 5, and if he says if he trades a player, like, you know what? If he traded this player to get this player, that means he had a damn good reason to do it.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And you got to give him credit for that. And the first thing he did well was, and I ain't gonna lie, T, my witness, I was not happy when we did not get Donovan Mitchell. I was very pissed off.
I remember.
And that's when I was like, bro, you got to show me something, Leon. And man, he did exactly that. He did exactly that. He shut me up and he showed me. And it wasn't that I didn't believe in him. I just wanted him to show me, because I was just tired of the promises from all these different GMs and presidents that come to the Garden and promise us this, they're going to do this and that, and they don't do it. They don't do it. And Leon Rose's first agenda was supposed to be, he was supposed to bring us the stars because of his agent background. So when we didn't make the move, I was pissed. But then I understood also, because it was like Danny Ainge is a fuck. He was trying to rate trade us. He was trying to get everything in the medicine check. He had no interest in sending him to, and then he sends him to Cleveland for players that, do we even remember who he traded him for?
Honestly, I don't.
You know,
I don't.
So it was a clear agenda there. But Leon Rose has made every move the right move. Okay, he was even taking criticism for trading Obi for second round picks last year. That was the only thing I was like, second round picks, you didn't get nothing back. But can't argue with the results, man. You can't. They use those picks to acquire players. So at the end of the day, Obi is who he is, and the Knicks are better off without him at this point. So shout out to Leon Rose, man.
Also, I don't want them to make any trades this year. I think we have.
No, I don't want no big trade. If you can bring in a piece for the bench without disrupting, I'm all with it. But don't disrupt. That's all. Yeah, and I don't think he will.
Especially right now.
If we just wrote it out.
Absolutely.
If we just wrote it out, just like, hey, we got the team. And more importantly, the bench is building the chemistry. Because remember earlier in the season when all of the starters were playing all of these long minutes? It's paying off right now because their chemistry is getting strong really, really freaking quick. How many games we're into the season right now?
Well, we're 32 and 16.
Yeah, 32 and 16. So we got 30 games into the season, and you can see it's clicking like they've been together for a longer time than what they have been. You know what I mean? Considering that we got Towns.
Four new different starters for the starting lineup coming into this, and mind you, the Towns trade happened the day before training camp. You know, so that takes time. You know, to fit the pieces and all of that. Hey, the Knicks know what they're doing. I'm as confident in this Knicks organization and direction as I have been since
the 90s.
Probably since early Melo Stoudemire year. You know, before Phil got there and ruined every damn thing. Yeah, and probably even more than that. Probably I'll have to balance this with the Sprewell, LJ, Ewing, H2O days. That I know the direction of this team and this organization is on the right path. And it doesn't guarantee anything, folks. It doesn't guarantee they're going to win a championship. But I tell you what, they're going to have an opportunity. I believe that. If this core stays healthy and they keep adding to this core that they currently have, they're going to have a chance. They're going to have a chance. Let's get to the chat real quick. Justin says, where all the chatter at from the Knicks haters and Debbie Downer Knicks fans? Yeah, I agree. Where
they all quiet. They all
now. Went to sleep. They all went to sleep. They writing a list. They like, man, what am I going to bitch about tonight? I don't want to hear it. 5 straight, 32 and 16, y'all. Go ahead, T.
One game behind Boston. T, we can't hear you.
Yeah, your audio, T.
No, nothing.
All right, while T gets that together, let's see. Let's go back to the chat. Cliff checking in. Minutes police can put their walls away. Yeah, the minute police got to chill out. Because as we mentioned a little while ago, Tibbs has adjusted the rotation and he's starting to trust the bench, and they are responding. They're responding and giving us minutes. And you know what? Before we get to anything else, let me just get back to that. Because speaking of the bench, we got to give a shout out, man. we got to give out a shout out to Deuce tonight. Okay,
yes, sir.
Deuce has been trying to find it for weeks at a time, and he found it the last couple games. Had 10 points. I think I saw a stat first time since December. Deuce had back-to-back games of double-digit points. Tonight he was a factor. 12 points, 4 assists. He was a very good factor as well. To me, him and Precious, they gave big-time minutes for this team and key stretches of the game. Because in that third quarter, the Knicks came out flat. Nuggets came out with energy, and they went and had an 8-point lead. And it looked like it was starting to teeter, you know. Murray caught fire. You know, they started making buckets. We started kind of like trying to find it. And I thought the bench came in and they sparked the team, man, especially with Towns in foul trouble. So, yeah. Go ahead, T. T, your audio is messing up.
Yeah, we can't hear you at all, T.
Oh, shoot. I think he kicked back out.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get it. Oh, there we go. T, you there? Nah. I don't hear you, brother.
Yeah, nothing, bro.
I don't hear you, bro. Maybe try to jump back in on the link, bro. What I was gonna say is, you know, I just think Deuce was just a big time factor, and it's good to see because we need Deuce. You know, we really don't have the wing scorer out for the bench. We are going to be relying on him a lot. And coming into the season, when we made the trade, we expected Deuce to take a little bit of a leap. So, you know, he's managing a little bit of some leg injuries. He's been managing. It sounds like he's going to have to manage it most of the season. But I just want to say shout out to Deuce, man. He had a real good game tonight. I don't want that to go unnoticed, man, for sure.
Deuce had 12 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds off the bench, 2 for 5 from the 3-point line. And he's finding his rhythm. And I feel like the leg injuries, the hamstring injuries, I should say, is what really set back his motion because he started to find himself and then unfortunately he pulled his hamstring. Now, if you've never pulled a hamstring, I can tell you right now, it is not a good feeling. You know what I mean?
No,
it's like you don't realize how much you use your hamstrings until you can't use it the way you need to. So I can't imagine at an elite level as an athlete running up and down the court, jumping and stuff like that. Like I can't imagine what they feel, you know, when they can't do what they do at their level.
No doubt about it.
Don't think for 1 second hamstrings injured. Oh, just rest, stretch. Like no, it's a lot deeper than you think.
No, it is. No, it is. It definitely is, man. And those things, soft tissue injuries, they don't heal easy. Yeah. So, you know, it's just one of those things. They're gonna have to manage it, and we just gotta hope Deuce can get consistent. You know, with it, he's showing signs that he's getting right, though. He's showing signs. The bunnies look like the springs are back in the legs. He caught a couple of dunks the last few games. So let's just hope this is a sign of things to come because it is just gonna make the Knicks so much better, especially from the bench point of view.
Sir.
Yes,
so as a whole, the team had 30 assists tonight, starting with Brunson at 15, Towns at 5, Hart at 5. Bridges. Oh, I'm sorry, McBride. I didn't realize that he had 4 assists tonight.
Yep.
Oh, well, wow.
The Knicks offense had 33 team assists, 60 points in the paint, which is what I love too because they don't be forcing too many threes. They just let it organically come.
Yes.
Let it organically come. You know, you don't need to just chuck threes all day just because when they're there, take them. But for the most part, they were getting to the rim. And Will was a big part of having Jokic in foul trouble, you know, and Porter as well. You know, the Denver Nuggets are not a strong defensive team. They have size, and they'll kill you on the glass. They're really good at that, but they're not a strong defensive team. So they have to get by with team defense. So the Knicks really, I thought they attacked the paint well. Attacked the paint well, man. They really did. 25 fast break points as well, and shot 51% from the field as a team, and 14 3-pointers tonight. Shout out to the Knicks offense because I said it many times, and I'll say it again. When the Knicks team is right, They are a prolific, elite offensive team. All we need is the defense to catch up. And it's starting to show signs they're starting to get there and close the gap and bring more balance to this team. Because when that happens, the Knicks are going to be tough to beat.
Also, I think Josh Hart is kind of slept on as a good defensive player as well. Like, because we know he can shoot the ball, we know he can rebound, we know he can, dish the ball, but I don't think he gets enough credit for his defensive abilities as well.
Yeah, he's a good defense. He's the glue. He's a spark plug. He brings it on both ends. Good team defender. We all know what he does with the rebounding. Best rebounding guard in the league. I mean, Josh Hart is a player the Knicks cannot afford to lose. He is that important to the role of this team, and he does it every night, man. Shout out to Josh Hart. Let's check in with the chat.
Oh, sorry.
Corey Johnson, Knicks are on fire. Yes, indeed. Shout out, Corey. What's goody, bro? Yes, the Knicks are on fire, 5 straight, and it's looking good. They looking like they ready to go on a nice little run here and get it going. I think we had an 8-game winning streak early in the season that people like to not talk much about. They act like it never happened because there was a lot of under 500 teams in that streak that they took care of business against, and that's what the good teams do. They beat the teams they're supposed to beat. So nobody really like to talk about that. But hey, they're on a 5-game winning streak, and it looks like the team is looking even better and more balanced, and it's a beautiful thing. Just got to keep the boys healthy, man. Clip also says Leon Rose's best decision ever was not letting himself get fleeced by Danny Ainge. Yeah, man.
Amen to that, yo.
Yeah. Like I said, I was pissed off because I wanted Donovan Mitchell and Nick. I really did. I'm a fan of Donovan Mitchell's game. I thought he would have been real good with Brunson. But shout out to Leon Rose. He refused to let that creep fleece the Knicks and destroy all the assets that they built up to get where they are now. And in that same year that he tried to fleece it and Leon told him to go kick rocks, they eliminated Cleveland in the playoffs when they had Donovan Mitchell in the first round.
And I was there at that game.
Oh, yes. It was historic when y'all were there.
Yo. I had close seats because I met up with my buddies and we had good seats because the tickets were really cheap in Cleveland. Bro, and this is when we had Randall. Randall was putting his shoulder in their chest, and you could see that shit was not comfortable for them. And these are some really big dudes. But Randall was like, bang, bang.
They punked him. That's what it is. The Knicks bullied them. Simple as that.
On TV, to see it on TV and then see and hear the impact on the floor, 2 different worlds, man. These are some gargantuan men. And then, of course, what did Jared Allen say? The lights were brighter than we thought, or something along those lines.
Exactly.
Played in New York during we're hostile. We have knowledge of the game. And as the fans, let's talk about the fans. I feel like a good portion of us understand basketball. New York City is basketball. You know what I mean? Not even on a professional level. Rutgers Park. Yes. Everybody knows about Rutgers Park. West 4th Street. You've got celebrities and ball players from all around the world wanting to play in Rutgers, wanting to play in West 4th. So the fans, our knowledge is up there. So we know when a player's not giving their all. We know when they're half-assing it, and we respect the game.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And, the Knicks, New York fans in general, but Knicks fans are the most passionate fans in all the sports. And I will continue to say it. For good or for better or worse, the Knicks fans, there is no fan base that has more passion than New York Knicks fans. And no fan base deserves more success than us Knicks fans based on what we have suffered
for a
long time. Ride or dying with the chaos and turmoil. And it's a beautiful thing to see. We have risen and we are a contender again. Shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to Knick Nation, man. So that is going to wrap up tonight's show. Before we go, next game is going to be the Lakers. Saturday night at MSG. Knicks have a chance to win 6 straight. They won't have Anthony Davis. He's word came out today that he's going to be missing a week. He got an ab injury. What else is new from Mr. Glass over there? Great player, but always hurt. But Knicks won't have to worry about dealing with Anthony Davis. But old friend LeBron James will be in town. So the Knicks will be ready. They'll have extra time to rest, which they respond very well when they have an extra days off of rest.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they have been responding well. So, yeah.
Can I say one more thing?
Team. Go ahead, bro.
When you think about it, and what makes us loyal fans, the 2014 and 2015 season and the 2018-2019 season, we had a record of 17-65. And I attended some of these games, and it was still sold out.
That's right.
People was still cheering. So that's why whenever I see somebody that's a Knicks fan, I'm like, okay, were you there in the beginning?
Yeah.
And I'm
don't jump on the wagon now.
Yeah.
You got to ride the whole way. When the wheels fall off, you got to help put the tie on. Don't jump on now. Don't knock us for years, and then when we good, we like, oh no, we here, we ready. No.
Where'd you come from?
Yeah, ride or die. So that's gonna conclude tonight. Shout out to T for joining me on the show. Shout out to my guy Ricky. Thanks for stopping in, chopping it up with us. Before I go, for anyone new to the channel watching the show, I ask one thing, that you like and subscribe to the channel Born for Sports, because I talk all sports. I talk NBA, and especially the New York Knicks. Big time fan. I talk about football, the New York Football Giants diehard fan, all the way through thick and thin, suffering right now, but we still here repping. I talk about the New York Giants. I talk about baseball, New York Met baseball, diehard Met fan. I talk about the Yankees. I talk about the Jets. I talk about the Rangers. I talk about the Nets. Anything you want to talk about in the world of sports, especially New York sports. Before we go, any last words, Ricky?
Oh, man, thanks for having me, man. This was fun. Hopefully I could come back again whenever you do this.
Hey, man, you're welcome anytime, brother. Anytime. Shout out to Nick Nation. Like and subscribe to Born for Sports. Let's go Knicks.